Afternoon, everybody. It's us again. I hope you're all having a good long holiday if you're having one. I gather it's Labor Day in America? Memorial Day, isn't it, in America? It's also a public holiday here in the UK. It's a lovely sunny day and Sophie is taking it easy. Hey bird, what you doing? I know what you mean, actually. It took me ages to get over just her sitting on my shoulder and, you know, hand feeding her and that kind of thing. Yeah, totally. Oh, Sophie. Yeah, I think I'm not sure. I think I may have turned up at the wrong time again. Think, bird. Oh, Sophie. Oh, cool. We've had tons of baby starlings in the garden today, all learning how to bathe and hassling their parents for food and stuff, so it's been really squeaky and noisy all day. Loads of like squee, squee, squee noises. Oh, bird. Sleeping magpie. Huge blore pond as well. Absolutely massive blore. This absolutely huge blob. Oh, bless, brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, my office is like overlooks a bunch of ornamental gardens in the centre of town, and there's an old horse chestnut tree in the gardens, and loads of rooks and crows set up in there, and like, yeah, all you can hear is like rak 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 noises. Oh, I'm sorry, bird. I'm waking you up. I'm keeping you awake, so. Yeah. I'm sorry, did I wake you up? Sophie, what are you doing, flat girl? It's me, it's us. Look at this. Like someone's dropped a meat pie, look, blip. Sophie. So yeah, because it's like a public holiday here in the UK, everything's really quiet. You know she's an imprinted bird, you think so? Do you know, I don't think so. I don't think she does. She's good friends with a lot of magpies. Like, she regularly, every day, she has magpies come to visit her and that kind of thing. But she's never once done sexy dance for them. She's never once sort of like looked at them in that way, sort of thing, you know, which is you've got a piece of fluff on your beak. Let me get off me, weirdo. Yeah, she's never once sort of like tried to do sexy dance for them or that kind of thing, or, you know, shown any signs that she might be into them. And Rory and Con are doing really well, actually. Yeah, they're having a nice sit in the sun. And can we see them? Are they around? Yeah, there they are. Yeah, having a nice little bask in the sun there. Get off me, weirdo! Yeah. A rare instance there of Rory on the right. Having a big old sunny blow up there. Yeah, spicing it up. Like to keep the audience guessing. Oh. That's it, Rory. Don't forget to ruin the fixtures and fittings. Thanks, hon. I mean, that's why I have to put up sacrificial wood over the frame of their aviary, because they just peck at it. They're not trying to get out or anything. They just peck away at it. It's amazing when you see Rory sitting out in the sun. The Raven, or really strange cat. Yeah. When you see her sitting out in the sun, it's amazing how colourful she is. She's a bit like Sophie. She's one of those. She's full of like dark purples and greens and blues and things. Too many times people write them off as just like, you know, great big black crows sort of thing. But no, there's tons of colours in rooks. Yeah, but they're doing really well. Having a sit and a think. Talking about having a sit and a think. Meanwhile, over here in Pancake Land, oh, Sophie. Cool, yeah. Interesting thing is as well, like today, for the first time in maybe 2 weeks, she has not flipped her food bowl. She has not flipped her bowl. The bowl still has food in it, and is not part of the drinking water supply today. Maybe the novelty's worn off chucking her food around. I think she's still, yeah, I think then it'll be something new soon, yeah, oh good. I think she is still having eggy thoughts, but it doesn't look like we're going to get eggs. And also, it is sort of a sleepy time. Learning beautiful. Yeah, definitely. Coming one day and she's managed to throw something else the other side of the aviary. Oh, sleepy bird. We've got the vent open and everything. You mean? Hey, bird. Yeah, I can think of worse ways to spend a day, definitely. Like, all of the cats were asleep on the living room floor and on the sofa and that kind of thing. It's just like, yeah, being a cat looks pretty chill. I'd be alright with that. Eggy Thought sounds like a Beach Boys album. It does, yeah. That difficult third album of theirs. I much prefer the mono pressing of Eggy Thoughts. It's far clearer. You're just going to be snoozy, bird. Have we come at completely the wrong time? I get the impression we're just going to be waking her up all the time now. Oh, bird. Oh, bless. I know what you mean. It is weird, isn't it? It's weird seeing a bird do something that you don't normally. And like, yeah, because you're absolutely, you know, in your heart of hearts that they do sleep, but no. That's the weird thing. I remember, and I know this because of Snoopy. That's the weird thing about this is birds' feet naturally tighten rather than loosen. Like if we relax our feet, they relax. You know what I mean? Whereas if birds have to consciously spread their feet, because when they relax, the muscles in their feet tighten around perches and things, so birds can sleep in trees and things attached to perches and not fall off. And as I say, I know that because of Snoopy, because I remember somebody wrote in to say, like, why doesn't Snoopy fall off the top of his doghouse when he sleeps? And the reply was that, yeah, his ears, as he sleeps, his ears tighten like birds' feet. And yeah, that was one of the first bird facts I ever learned. I don't know where I was going with that factoid, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, when she sleeps like this, where do her legs go? You know what I mean? Serious question. When birds sleep on nests like this, what happens to their legs? And their necks, yeah, definitely. That's why she collects mud and sticks. Well, they would be, in the wild, that's what they would be collecting. We regularly see magpies coming in and collecting mud and twigs and little bits of dry grass and that kind of thing. This used to exist. And yeah, so it's all part of like the resource gathering for the nest building. And like I say, even though she's never been inside a nest, the instinct to build a nest is completely there. And yeah, every year between she and I, we build this nest. We build a new nest from scratch every year. And yeah, you can always tell when Nest Fest is starting because the ooh, Perspex base, yeah. Oh, hello. Oh, are we coming off standby? What do we think? We woke up then for a second, but then we decided not to. Whee! Sophie, you've still got that tiny bit of fluff on your beak. Let me see if I can... I'm going to kill you if you don't stop doing that. No, okay. Bird! Hey, bird, there you are, awake and everything. What do you think? Yeah, it did, didn't it? It felt like she got a text message from something. Oh, hello, are we awake? We're awake? Well, we're up. Yeah, so I provide the basket, but she provides all of the creative input. I just do all the heavy lifting. Hey, bird, look at you being awake. Not on the hand, okay. You know you're mad. Sophie. It's just her instinct. It's purely her. She has the instinct to build a nest, even though she doesn't have. She doesn't know. She doesn't have like a clear design in her mind. Well, that's not true. She definitely does, because if I put a stick in the wrong place, she angrily pulls it away and that kind of thing. Because she can't go out to like forage for twigs and mud and that kind of thing, I do it on her behalf. So yeah, I provide the wicker basket every year, and some years the design of the wicker basket is better than others, is more approved than others, and this year it's done really well actually. That was a big one. Oh yeah, definitely. The face she pulls when she scratches her ears. Yeah, every year I provide like a little seed tray full of mud that I get from the garden, because we've got quite clay soil in the garden, and so I go and get like a couple of spadefuls of mud and wet it so it's nice for her and that kind of thing. And yeah, I provide nice clean sticks and twigs and bits of soft leaf matter and that kind of thing for her to. I sort of hide it around her aviary so that she can sort of like discover it for herself. Is that as awake as we're going to get today? Is that today's exercise? It's more exercise than you've done, fat lad. Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, she'll sometimes. I mean, there's a cherry tree above us, so like sometimes a twig or some leaves and things will fall from the cherry tree and they'll end up in a nest. But yeah, most of the time I not control, but I give her a selection of twigs that she chooses from. Well, there we go. We woke up briefly. But it also means I can sort of like, I can control the quality of the twigs, and I can also, thank you, and I can also control what tree they've come from, so I know that then they're not like, they don't have like toxic sap in them or anything like that, you know, they're all like from fruit trees and that kind of thing. They're often trees I know. What do you think, bird? Come here. Do I think she would like a boyfriend? Well, as I say, she has a big extended family of some tree branches can contain sap that is toxic. I mean, not like desperately toxic, but certainly has sap in it that would discourage. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. I think lilac has a sap that is discouragingly toxic from birds and that kind of thing. There are a few trees that have their own sort of like built-in little protection thing. As I say, she has a bunch of magpie friends that come to see her every day, to the point that I've made guest perches. I've extended some of her perches out into the garden so that wild magpies can sit with her and regularly do. I mean, not so much now because it's nesting season. They've all got their own sort of little families to worry about and things. But for 9-10 months of the year, she has magpie friends come to visit. Oh yeah, definitely, they are completely chill. When she first moved into the aviary in the garden, I had to break up a few little magpie. One of the things where you look out the kitchen window and you go, is that fighting or is that dancing? Is that play? And then you hear it, you go, oh no, that's definitely fighting. And I had to break up a few fights, but I haven't had to break up a fight in ages now, because they're all totally chill. And as I said before, a lot of the magpies that live in our garden and the surrounding area, Sophie fed when they were babies, because she is very maternal. Like, quite often you see a baby magpie will come to one of her perches, do the little wing flap that baby birds do to get their parents' attention, and Sophie will stop what she's doing, run over to her food bowl to get something to squidge into their little beaks. So even though she doesn't have any babies herself, she is very maternal. So there's been 3 generations. Yeah, definitely. There's been like 3 or 4 generations of wild magpies that have all grown up with Sophie being like their auntie. Like their crazy, crazy auntie. Yeah, that favourite auntie that's got like the good records and makes tea and that kind of thing. Right, come on, she is determined to snooze, so I say we let her. So thanks for coming, everybody. It's always lovely to see you. I hope you're all having a good extended break if you're on one. Who buys you Legos? Yeah, definitely. If you've just stumbled across this on Periscope and you'd like to follow Sophie on Twitter, her Twitter handle is @BreeSophieBree, or you can Google Sophie the Magpie and that's got everything you need. So hey, thanks for coming, and we'll see you all again tomorrow for another micro Bree. Thanks everybody, bye for now.